Alright guys, gonna bring you guys episode 7 here of the How to KEM series, and this one's gonna be for Prison Break
Time to work,
Blitz.
Ghost Squad.
I'm saying that this is the offense side, so you spawn right in this general area, and the side I like working most on this one is the left side construction. You can work the other side, it just seems to be less consistent because of the spawning system on this map. There's a couple ways you can work this left side over here, but first I'm gonna tell you guys the spawns. There's a spawn right here, which for some reason is really weird to me. I feel like they shouldn't be spawning here, but they'll spawn right here looking this direction. I don't know why. It's probably one of the dumbest spawns in the game. And if you push up to the left side over there, or even up there, they'll spawn right here looking at you, so just be careful for that one. But that isn't that common. They can spawn over here, again, not that common. The most common spawn over here is back here at the end of the waterfall. They will spawn right here with the idea that they can either run down the river or go up here to their flag. They can also spawn over here on their flag area. I think there's one right there, and then there's some on the other end over there. You don't really care about these spawns, you just have to know where they can come from, which is through this direction. I don't know if you're going to watch this direction, it depends. If you're watching this direction, they usually won't spawn in front of you, but they'll spawn in the left corner over there, and you can pick them off either right there, like I was saying, over there, or also right there from them coming from that back spawn over there, though. The other spawn that you do have to be careful of is there's a spawn right here in the river, but it's usually not that big of a deal unless you're doing circles around this one. I wouldn't recommend doing the circles around this area. I'll show you guys this just because I like to do it for a little bit more of a fast-paced gameplay, where you just basically sit in this area, and it's kind of like a half circle, I want to say, for most part, because you don't want to run over here too much in this area because of people that are spawning over there coming back to their flag and pick you off. Again, if you're running through here, just make sure you check your left side before you get over to the other side. Over to the other side of this rock right here to make sure they don't pick you off when you run around it. But your basic idea here is you want to check the back waterfall spawn, and then if they spawn there, meaning you hear them or something like that, come around here real quick and check if they're on this rock. Sometimes they will be, sometimes they won't. I don't know why so many people like to sit here. They usually just lay here and wait for you to go by to there, but you can't really see anything. So it's usually dumb players that are doing that, but it's a good place to check. Like I said, I don't recommend going around here, but I do recommend checking that spot out and then coming back around and jumping up this rock. This rock's a little tricky to jump up at. You can jump up right here, but it seems like everywhere else you try to jump up at, you can't really get up there. Just for those of you guys trying it and see me on stream that didn't know that before. Another easier way to do this is to sit behind this head glitch right here. This is a really good spot. Usually you can pick people off before. They'll do the head glitch right there on that rock, but you're just right in this area and waiting for them to come up here and running towards you basically. The problem with this spot is that they'll spawn at that pipe spawn that I was telling you about on the other side of that trailer right there. And usually they'll be in this area and they have a bunch of head glitches they can sit on. If you're going to sit in this spot, I wouldn't recommend going out here too far because of those head glitches over there, and then you can get shot basically from two directions, where the people back there, the people right here on this rock head glitch that spawned in the river, and people that spawned at the pipe that go right over in that direction. When you're here, you usually won't see them spawn right in front of you too much. I mean, they can, but it depends on where your team's pushing. If you're going to sit there and you do get in a sticky situation, I recommend coming back to this side. Obviously, you don't really want to run without looking, but usually you want to look in this section as you're running just so you don't get picked off and just kind of take the easy way out. And this is what I like to refer to as the hut KEM. I break the glass. I mean, if you want to break the glass, break the glass. If not, don't. But I can't see through the glass sometimes. It seems weird to me, just like the glares on it, so it makes me miss some shots. Through the glass is really easy to see, so usually I sit in here and you can hear them coming. If they go through the pipes, they're usually not looking towards the hut for some reason. They look towards like maybe mainly that direction, the tower, or people coming from the other side where your flag's at. They will also be coming from right here on this truck, and they'll just come right around here, and they'll basically be like right in your face, but they're usually, again, not looking in the hut. You don't want to sit in the hut too long, though. If they start seeing that you're in there, you want to back it up a little bit and start strafing back this direction and like usually sit in this area. The reason I'm saying this is that I play this so passively on this side is that this is not the better side to get the KEM on. I usually like to try to carry a streak into the other round because the other round's really, really good on for KEMs. Usually this is one of my more KEM'd maps, but I don't get it like barely ever on the first round. I have a couple I've got on the first round, and usually when I get one on the first round I get a double KEM. So that's just an idea to think about. I don't work the right side too often, but I do want to mention this so people understand what's happening. They will spawn right here, which is a really dumb spawn. Again, there's two dumb spawns on this map. I don't know why they're there. They'll spawn right in this corner, and they will run up here. And if you don't have anyone on this right side watching it, they'll usually just go right down the road and score. If they're going to go down the road and score, they can usually pick you off on the left side if you're back by the hut, like I was saying, because they're on the top of the hill and they have They don't have an easy shot on you, but if you're in that area right there, I mean, you're kind of not expecting it depending on what kind of gun they have. With that being said, a viable thing to do is to sit here and either pick them off there when they're coming from their far right spawn, because they can spawn on the back corner over there, but like I said, I'm not going to go through those because it's not a big deal. To me, you just need to know where they're coming from. And then you can also watch this right spawn. If you can't see that spawn right there, they'll spawn there. I mean, they obviously in this game they can spawn when you can see them, but usually it's not as common. So you can just pick up a few kills here and hopefully get on, I don't know, like a 10+ streak and then try to carry it into the other side. There's a couple ways to do the other side. There is also a way that is useful on the guard tower side, but I don't do it that often. I see a lot of people getting chems that way. It's just not something I'm going to recommend doing because of how crazy the spawns can be on that side. So I'm just going to go through the one on the left side because of how successful it is for me. I don't even use the other one just because of I have so many chems using this other direction. I'm not going to go and tell you guys to use a different way than what I've been doing. You spawn back there. Yay, spawn. I recommend running to the left side and try to have one of your teammates go before you. If your teammate goes through before you and gets through, okay, great, go with them. If they can't get through and break through it, I usually recommend going right here. You can't really see the head glitch that well. I mean, you can, but there's so much grass in front of you. Usually you have to run up and try to see them and then shoot where they're at. It's a pretty good head glitch. It's hard for them to pick you off of it, and they usually don't see you from the top of the hill unless they're on that very far left or right. They're right, you're left on that far side where I'm aiming right now. Either way, you do want to try to work your way. Unless you're on like a 20, you're probably not going to get the chem from back there because you don't see enough people. Head glitch you can use right here when you're trying to work your way in there is do that. Try to listen for people a little bit. Try to ask your teammates that are on top of the hill, hey, do you hear anybody, whatever. If you're not playing with the party, it's a little bit more difficult to do. But eventually you do want to work your way up. I don't recommend trying to like head glitch down here too long because if they are sitting there, they're usually going to get the jump on you and win the gunfight. Now that we're up here, though, I'm going to go through the 3 main spawns that you're worried about people being in that you're actually going to get the kills from usually. There's a spawn right here. I think they end up facing that way when they spawn, but they spawn right here, and if you're at the top of the hill, obviously, and they know you're there, they're going to come back around here and shoot it. So you just have to be careful, listen to the spawns. The thing that's tricky about it is there's also another spawn that's right at the bottom of the hill, right here. I'm running out of ammo. So you have to make sure that you don't mistake somebody spawning there for somebody spawning here, because if you think they're there and you don't check it at all, and they do spawn right there, and they'll come behind you and shoot you, obviously, and it's a free kill because you're not expecting it whatsoever. The other spawn is right down in this area. There's like one right there, and then I think there's like a couple more down here. It's a really common spawn. It's the one I get the most chems off of because of the head glitch on the hill. It's a really awkward way for them to look up at you. You basically just want to look down and wait for them to come into your sights. I wouldn't try to challenge too many people from it, and move your spot a little bit. Don't just sit right here. Like, there's so many different head glitches right here. Like, if you're sitting right here, they can see you obviously from everywhere you can see them at. If you move over here, you can no longer see those spots anymore, so they have to come out farther, and you can shoot them either right there or right there. Usually you win the gunfight just because it's so hard for them to find you because they see only a little bit of your head. If you start going all the way over the ledge like this, they can see you. It's a free kill, so I don't recommend doing that at all. I do check this side a little bit when I'm on a lower streak and I need to try to rack up kills to see if they're camping, because they'll usually camp behind that log looking down. But I don't know, I can't really say to do this at all when you're on a big streak. If you're on a 20+, don't challenge them down there unless the game's ending. Challenge them here. It works out a lot better, and usually you've got teammates spawning over there that can also help you out, pick up a few shots if you're getting in some trouble and need some ammo, etc. That also lets you get the scav packs with if you get a chain of multi-kill together, you can get the scav packs that drop right here. With the spawn down there, if your teammates are spawning there, like I said, usually they're going to run down the hill and go up there. I just rage quit my stream today because people are dumb and they kept doing it. You want to tell your teammates not to go under the hill. That is the main one. Tell them Miley Cyrus is twerking, do whatever you got to do, get them to not go down there. Other than that, it's a pretty basic spawn, what you're doing with it. The thing you do have to worry about is people at top of the tower. Don't try to shoot them too much through the tower, or through the wall right there. I mean, you guys see me do it on stream all the time, but I wouldn't recommend it if you are actually trying to go for chems and are going to rage from somebody shooting you. They got snipers up there, etc., etc. One thing that I do a lot on this map is that since this is such a far shot, usually you got a head glitch. They don't have a head glitch, obviously, in that entire area. They'll spawn at the bottom of the tower, and they'll run out front. Put hardline on. Make sure you already have hardline. Don't do it if you don't have hardline on. Put a couple shots on them. If you can get the kill, great. Depending on what gun you're using, if you're using the honey badger, you're probably not going to get too many kills before you run out of ammo. Put a couple shots on them, get the assist counts per kill, and move on. Don't try to put an entire clip or half a clip, anything like that, into them, because you'll run out of complete ammo. And it's just, you don't have the kills over here, and then you're just stuck with absolutely no ammo with 3,000 people running at you from under the hill, because they'll continuously spawn there once that spawn trap starts going. Other than that, though, I don't think there's a whole lot to be said about this map. Like I said, it's a really good one to get. I don't know, I probably have, I want to say probably at least a fifth of my KEMs on this map just because of this spawn right down here. Or at least when I'm having a rough day, this map comes through for me. But either way, let me know what you guys thought of the video, recommendations, everything like that. If you guys want to see another map, please make sure that if you guys are making suggestions on a map that you want to see that I've already not done the map, because I'm not going to go back and redo the same map unless there's something I want to change about it. Either way, hopefully if you guys are new to the channel, you guys subscribe and check out my stream sometime, and please leave a like for me. Thank you for watching me in my pistolness and a ghillie suit.